So 7:15 p.m. is Maghrib, right?
Yeah.
7:15 p.m. sharp, the whole house suddenly full of bug and insects come in. My name is Shafie.
My name is Raihan.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales, a show where we look back at the popular MediaCorp horror series.
Our guest tonight is Shafie Aziz, co-founder of the YouTube channel UXM. You might know the UXM crew best for their series Cerita Hantu, now in its 6th season, man. 6 seasons. Welcome to the show, Shafie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I just want to say that Shafie is a very, very popular guy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We all know.
Oh, we know.
We all knows him.
No matter how much you deny it, man, I'm sorry.
Whenever I go to schools for, squad support scholar, they will go like, where are they? I'm like, hello. I'm here.
For this episode, we're looking at how some creatures and spirits just can't be confined to one country. This episode's theme was inspired by Harbour Queen from season 3. Elizabeth is a young travel journalist. She had convinced her best friend Chris to go to Indonesia with her for an off-the-beaten-track adventure. What was supposed to be an unconventional holiday turned out to be a nightmare she would never forget.
Let's take a look at the episode.
End of the day, think I'm really tired and paranoid. No sight of the Nero kiddo. Maybe Chris is right. She's just a hoax.
Why did they do this? Why?
I don't know if you're familiar with the show, but I think they do this purposely for you.
So Shafie, do you remember watching this episode growing up?
Yes, definitely. Actually, the reason why we do Cerita Hantu is because of Incredible Tales, actually.
Really?
Wow.
Fan. Yeah, I remember every time when I go home from school, right? I can't wait to wait. I remember it was Wednesday night. Or was it Monday night? I can't remember. But about after the news, right? Then we'll stay and watch.
10 p.m.
Wow,
10
it's
p.m.
lovely, yeah.
It has to be at 10 p.m., isn't it?
Yeah.
Has to be after.
It's like they try to filter out like it's most of the good kids, right? They go sleep already. Then kids like us that are into horror, then we will start watching.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah.
And you yourself produce a lot of horror content on your with UXM. We are just really curious to know, because as horror content creators, definitely there will be stories, right? Have you had any situation where you had stories from your end on your production?
Actually, during we were shooting, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually.
Okay.
There's two actually. Okay. One in Singapore, one in Malaysia. So which one you guys want to know first?
Singapore lah.
Relax
first.
Relax first. Singapore. Beside it, there's actually an alley. Lead to where? I don't know. Yeah. So I remember we need to shoot an episode. So we went there with my crew lah. Okay. So when we go there, everything is fine. So we charge everything, we pack everything, we go there. So if all of a sudden, right, when we are reaching the destination, suddenly our car, we feel like there's something drop at the top of our car, like a huge bang. Yeah, then our car stopped. Yeah, so the vehicle right, cannot move, cannot switch on and everything. So we were like, okay, this is weird lah. Because we went out to check if we hit something or if something hit our hood lah. But nothing is there, no dent, no nothing. But the car wasn't working at all. Yeah. So after that, then actually we like, okay, never mind, we still have to shoot. So we just walk to the location, about 5 minutes walk, then we start shooting. Yeah, so when we were there, right, at first, for me personally, I'm not those who get scared quite easily. Not say I don't believe in this kind of supernatural thing, but just that for me, I'm there for work. So I'm very well focused. Like, okay, we go there, we shoot, then we go off, right? Yeah, so when we start shooting, everything is fine until our lights start flickering. So when lights start flickering, we're like, okay lah, this is normal, go change the bed or something like that, right? So we actually use a power generator to shoot this episode. Then all of a sudden, like the light, it's not working anymore, no. So we change the light. So we change the lighting, right? Then again, as we shoot again, it starts flickering again, then it stops. Then our power generator, which we are sure that we charge 100%, suddenly not working anymore. So we're like, okay, this one something is up. Then my elder brother is there, Hafiz is there. So Hafiz is like a bit, not say scaredy cat lah, I would say he's a bit more cautious because this kind of thing. So he's like, okay, how about we change the power generator, we try shooting again. Then if all of a sudden our whole C stand and the light fell off. Yeah, so there's sandbag on C stand and suddenly the whole thing fall. So when that happened, I think we're like, okay, this one is a bit, how do I say? We say this one is a bit something else because we know that thing is strong, right? That thing is very stable, right? So we're like, okay, maybe we should not shoot here. We should move to the next location.
Right.
So we go actually deeper, not outside. We go deeper inside because outside got light. So we're like, okay, this one cannot, it's not scary. So we have to move inside, right? Yeah. So when we start moving inside, then one of the cars actually start seeing things. He mentioned that he saw something white behind a lamppost or things like that. In which for us, it's quite, how do I say, not say we don't believe him, but in a way we feel like, just ignore lah. There's a lot of us, so nothing can go wrong lah, in a way or two, right? Yeah. So when we start shooting, we start hearing the sound man keep on saying that, hey, who's that? Hey, who's talking? Salam set. Yeah, they were like, but for us, right, when we were shooting, we didn't hear anything, but only the sound guy heard there's noises lah. His face, right, start to change a bit because he said the noise that he heard is actually a female voice. But on the set, there's no, all of us are guys lah. Yeah, so he's like, hey guys, I don't think we should shoot here. Yeah, so what we did is actually we stopped shooting, then we go home and we actually find another location the next day, then we shoot. So that was a simple, like the stories are a bit but that was my first experience. I remember it was season 2 episode 3.
When you went home, anything happened?
So far, no lah. So far, so good. So far, whenever we go out for shoot, right, we go home, I don't think that any of these things follow us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So far, so good.
It was just there and then.
Yeah, there and then.
Okay.
That's very professional of you. I like how something dropped on your car and you still thought to yourself,
Yeah, you know why or not? Because we promised the client to upload on Friday.
okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, no. I completely get it now.
Gotta do it tonight.
Yeah, last minute some more, right?
Yeah. The only thing more frightening than ghosts are clients. No, I get it.
That's true.
Everything in context now. Okay.
Okay, so following on about the Malaysia story.
Malaysia one quite intense. So we always shoot in Singapore, right? Like, how to say, as scary as it is, right? It's not as scary as Malaysia. Because Malaysia is somewhere for me lah, I'm not familiar with. So the place we're not sure of, and there's more ulu places, random places, right? Yeah, so I remember there was a project we have to shoot a whole series in Malaysia. So a month before, we actually did our recce. So over there, the good part about it is whenever you want to get space for location to shoot, it's very easy. Yeah, you go there, you can just ask, So we meet the locals and we asked for kampung. I remember we wanted to shoot an episode for kampung. So when we went there, actually we spoke to one of the locals. Then they said, okay, you guys can shoot in my auntie house. We're like, okay, where is it? So he said, it's at Malacca. Yeah, so we're like, okay, we'll go Malacca for it, right? Yeah, so when the day come, 1 month later, we went there for a shoot. First thing when we went there, right, the place is very deep. Like, kampung, you got a lot of kampung. There one big kampung, right inside. We don't know, it was quite troublesome for us to be there.
Yep.
So once we are there, we were greeted by one old man. Yeah, then he said, hey, hi, you guys want to shoot here? Yeah, can. We have cleaned up the place for you, all this kind of thing. So we were like, okay lah. So we went in. So when we went in, right, suddenly the uncle stopped me. The uncle said, hey, you guys remember, when you guys later shoot, 7 p.m, please close this door. Yeah, so when he point us the door, right, the door is not even the kampung door. No? It was like a cubicle. Then he said, this door please close. So in my mind, like, this door got nothing to do with the house that we're shooting. Correct or not? Then he said, yeah, this one must close, I remember. Then we're like, oh, okay lah.
The door of the cubicle which is outside the house.
Yes, and there's nothing in there because it was open actually. Yeah, it was nothing in there. Then he said, please close this door. Then I'm like, oh, okay lah. I mean, house rules are right. So I'm like, okay lah. Yeah, okay lah, go with it. So when we went inside, and that was, for that place, we did not recce yet because it was not the local's house or the auntie house or something like that, right? Yeah, so when we went there, we went for a recce. So my elder brother Hafiz, he actually saw, Quran, right, was wrapped around with a yellow cloth and a crease on top of it. Yeah, so Hafiz and my DOP actually went in. They saw this in one of the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Then Hafiz went out, come to me. Then he said, okay, Shafie, whatever you do, you avoid that room. Then I'm like, why? Then he said, oh, just now we saw something, later I talk about it. I'm like, why is it? Then he said, Hafiz told me there's actually a Quran that they wrapped around, blah, 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 shit. So in Malay, I don't even know, they believe if something got yellow cloth, means no good already. Means they got some black magic going on already.
That's got curry some more.
Yeah. So I quite curious, I want to see. So when I go there, it wasn't there anymore.
Huh?
Yeah, it wasn't there anymore. Then we saw this old man, right, actually hugging it and walking out of the house. Yeah, so but at that time was 12 noon so it wasn't that scary, right? We were like, why But we all know lah, like this house got, I don't know if you guys know, like back then old days they love to have like those penjaga or penunggu, like some, guardians of the house. Yeah. So we're like, okay lah, never mind. So we just avoid that particular room because the kampung quite big lah. Yeah. So we're like, okay, so we set up our stuff, right? Then again, this old man will always come here, will be there for about few seconds, few minutes, then he will like just disappear. We don't know where he go. Yeah, because we don't take note of where he went.
Yeah.
Right. So after that, when we were shooting, we start shooting at 5 p.m. I remember everything was fine. It was a good shoot until 7:15 p.m. Yes. So 7:15 p.m. is Maghrib right?
Yeah.
With all the sudden, right, me and my crew was inside. 7:15 p.m. sharp, the whole house suddenly full of bug and insects come in. Ooh. Yeah, grasshopper and it's like this big, Yeah, so it was flying around everywhere and us being city boys, right, we are like shouting like, Yeah, obviously it was very scary. It wasn't scary like a ghost thingy, but it was a lot of bugs. Like when I say a lot, right, I'm talking about like over 50, like a lot, like it's buzzing through your ears. And we're like, so we ran out. So when we were running out, suddenly the old man is there. He asked why. Then we see inside got a lot of bug. Then he like, what's the color of the bug? To us, what does it matter, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, he take one of it, then he walk away. Then he said, never mind, you all just come out for a while. Then I'm like, okay, so we went out of the house, he walked away, then he just showed the bug. When we went back inside, the house is clean. Not a single flying insect was in the house now. Then we were like, wow. Damn, we know this one, we were like, this one, honestly, something is not right already. It's like the old man, like, he knows something. Right? Then we continue our shoot. The old man knocked on our door. Then he said, when you guys done shooting, what time will it be? Then we said maybe about 3 a.m. kind of thing lah. Then he said, okay, you guys stay here until subuh. Don't go home. Make sure you guys stay here until sunrise. Yep. Then we're like, okay. But honestly, for me, that one I scared it because I know number one, it's not my place, right? It's a place that we're not comfortable with, and with the insects flying, with all these funny rules, the old man told me that I know, okay, this something is up lah for sure, right? So we're like, okay lah. So we continue shooting. So when we continue shooting that day, Hafiz was the sound guy. Yeah. So when we were shooting there, suddenly he's like, I was the talent. Then he was like, Shafie, can you don't breathe loudly? Then I'm like, okay. So we continue, right? Like, Shafie, can you don't breathe loudly or not?
Crap.
Then I'm like, I'm not breathing. Like, mine is still. Then I'm like, what are you talking about? Don't breathe. Want me to stop breathing? Then Shafie, you don't breathe. Then he said, you keep quiet. Then he hear, Then suddenly he stopped. Then he called my intern.
Oh no.
He said, hey, you become a sound guy? Yeah, he said that. Then the thing, I still got a text to prove, because I asked him why you don't want to become a sound guy. Because we put it on intern, I think quite risky lah. Yeah, he said, you give my intern. Then he walked away. We continue shooting. Then with all of a sudden, right, at first we took a break, go for a break, right? Then I asked Hafiz why. He said, actually I heard like someone's breathing over the mic. Then we're like, no, it cannot be lah. I mean, maybe it's just you lah. So as time goes on, right, all of us can hear the breathing. And the breathing is loud, no? It's like those, like how it feels like, it's not even 3D, it's like everywhere. It's like between your ears kind of thing. I don't know how to explain, Like when you wear earpiece, right, it's like it's inside the earpiece kind of thing. Yeah, to the point it felt like, it's like someone is holding us and breathing over us. Like something big is breathing over us. And it's quite loud, right, to the point that all of us, all the crews, right, can hear it. And all of us start getting awkward already. And then in our mind was like, okay, never mind, we just finish this episode. Get out of here, right? Because we are here, we paid for it, let's do it, and we go off, right? So as we stay, suddenly now it became a bit more aggressive. At first, it would start with a tissue. I remember it was a tissue. So when we shoot, right, the conti, so we got tissue here. So whenever we take the tissue, we throw away, the tissue will be there again.
Oh.
Yeah. So we take again, we throw again. After we go back to the same place, right, the tissue is there again. Yeah. So we're like, okay, ignore this tissue. So it wasn't that bad. But until, right, they started to mimic our voice. This one to me is scary already. Yeah, because when like we call action, right, like there's someone here say action, then suddenly you can hear his voice on the other side saying action. So you can hear double action. Yeah, like we say and action, but same voice, no. Yeah, then honestly, this one all of us said, oh shit.
Everybody heard it.
This one no joke.
So even without headphones and everything?
Everything. Even
oh
me
my God.
I can hear
I know,
it.
man.
Yeah, so I know like, okay, this one, right, like legit one, this one, lame already. It's like we are stuck there. Then we're like, okay, you know what? Never mind, we finish shooting. So after we finish shooting, at about 3 a.m. like that, 4 of the guys wanted to go home badly. Like badly want to go home. 4 of my crew guys say, okay, we need to go. I want to go. I want to go. I'm not comfortable here because you know, if when you're there, you can just feel the aura is not right. I don't know what is it, but you can just feel it in your heart like something is not right here. So 4 of them actually left. Yeah, and the rest of us did not lah. So we really, I mean, the rules was we don't go home until sunrise, right? So the 4 of them left. So we're like, okay lah, screw that lah.
As in they went back to Singapore?
No, they went back to our Airbnb actually.
Right.
Yeah, our Airbnb is about 2 hours away. Yeah, so they went back. We stayed there until sunrise. So before we want to go home, some of the guys wanted to go for a smoke break. Right. So kampung, you know, some of the the design is there's a door, then there's a window here. So technically you can see where the door is. From outside, from inside you can see what's outside. So when you wanted to go for a smoke break, with all the sudden, so I swear to God, right, the whole door is shaking, like someone is knocking hardly on the door. Yeah, so we're like, hey, someone there. So we ran towards the window to see, but there's nothing there. But the door is shaking. Yeah, so we're like, so how still want to go smoke or not? But obviously we did not like, yeah. So we stayed. Yeah, none of us go out and smoke. Yeah, so then we wait until sunrise. Then the old man is there. Then we said, he asked how's everything.
Where was the old man throughout all this?
We don't know. So after all that, then after sunrise, we want to go home. We went out. Then we met the local that we met. They're saying that rent out the house for us. Then he said that actually that house is not occupied for over 20 years.
What?
Yeah, and actually that house is empty. So like around that kampung, right, is actually their cousin's house. All of the cousins is there. So technically the house is empty for a very long time. So they know they want us to shoot. They need money. So they cut down all the grass. They keep it clean for us. So when we shoot. So they did not tell us the history of it. But now we found out that the place has been abandoned for over 20 years. Yeah, but when we were there, you can see all those furniture is very old. We can, when you are there, you can know that the place is very old. So we thought everything is over. Everything is fine. So we went back to our Airbnb. Then these 4 guys, right, that actually went home, actually got very high fever to the point they keep on their nose bleed and all that. Yeah, so I have to send them back home to Singapore because they've been sick for about 3 days when we were there. We tried to take Pandols and things like that, it doesn't work. So we bring them to the doctor. They said, it's actually a normal fever, but again, nothing happened. So okay, I shoot them off to Singapore already. Right. So all this footage, whenever we shoot in Malaysia, we always keep it in SSD. Right, there's a folder. So this one, I remember it was episode 4 or something like that. So we kept it inside. So everything is fine. But we went back to Singapore, that particular episode that we shot, the whole file is wiped out. There's footage, you know, like footage got the number and everything, but when you press, you cannot upload any video or you cannot play any video. So technically, the episode is not out lah. Technically, the whole thing, right, the whole day that we spend there, 3 camera, we shoot everything.
Gone.
Everything is gone, wipe out, clean. Yeah. So
sound, everything gone.
No, everything gone. Like everything gone. The whole folder is all gone. Like it's there, but when you click, nothing happens. You cannot play the video. Yeah, so that was, to me, my whole experience when I shoot from season 1 to season 6. To me, this is the most scariest one that I've ever faced. Yeah, to me, this is the one is damn real. Because like usually people always say, you know, sometimes when you go to places you shoot, take photo, then say the photo blur lah, kind of thing. I always never believe that thing. To me, that one nothing lah. Maybe you move the camera or you shake the camera, things like that, right? But this is the first hand experience that I kena and my whole team kena is that we actually, in a way, waste our time to go there. We shot for 12 hours and then we lost all the footage. Just like that. Yeah.
The door that the old man was telling you about in the cubicle.
Yeah. We did not close that door. Yeah, we did not close that door. There's one thing we forget. Yeah, because it's very scary, you know, because the kampung is here. You know, kampung very big, no? Kampung is here. Then got what? Like one white space, then got, you know, one cubicle over there. Who want to go there and walk? So to the point we did not lah. So none of us actually closed that door. So we were talking about it because technically it's my fault. I did not tell my crew because only the old man told me only. I didn't tell my guys that we should close that door after that. Because like this, not say I don't believe lah, but in a way it slipped out my mind that day. So I think, we don't know if that's the reason behind it or what is it. Yeah, but it happened to us lah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Oh, the voice. The
voices are real though. Like legit, like, you can hear like your voice, like maybe you say hi, then someone like echo after you and it sounds the same but just different direction kind of thing.
Season what was this of your?
Season 5 actually.
Quite curious, like so you do a lot of horror shows, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys pray beforehand?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we take all the safety measurements. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
but sometimes it still happens.
It still happens because we have our own person who start with us. So yeah, just to make sure before and after everything is fine.
So he will stay with you guys all the way or?
For certain shoot, yes. But we know that this location is quite, the history is not that good, right? Then we were like, do you mind? Are you free today? Can you follow us to the shoot? Things like that. Yeah.
In this episode, we saw something related to water spirit, sea spirit. Have you ever had any experiences at the sea, the beach?
Honestly, no. But I heard of stories though, like how they mentioned it with fishermen, fisherman story.
Oh yeah.
Right? I don't know how true this is though. About the first fish that you ever caught, you have to put it aside. You guys heard of it?
No.
Oh, you guys
I never. But I fish last time.
really? Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know because I hang out with some of the abang-abang punching, right? Then they told me the first fish you ever catch, must put one side first. Then you fish normally. That one you don't bring home.
I don't know.
Wait, so every fishing trip that you go on, you can never keep the first fish?
Yeah, not the first fish. Yeah.
Did they say why?
Yeah, they say it's for this like water spirit or something.
Oh, so it's like an offering.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, imagine you get like a very nice fish.
You have to put it aside.
Then you're like, unwillingly, right? Unwillingly.
The first is the biggest, the rest are small.
Yeah, maybe the sea spirit's like, this guy's generous. Let's give it a few more.
But I've been on fishing trips. There's a lot of rules. I think fishermen, they are quite respectful of the sea. So there's rules like, you cannot pee on like a certain side of the boat. You cannot scold vulgarities. Whatever you see, don't say anything, that kind of thing. Like, they're just very respectful when you're out in the sea. And they really believe, like, let's say if today, right, it's like they look at the date, right, it's not a very good day, right, they will not go out to see because the boat might capsize or that kind of thing. Then some boat captains, they also have an altar on the boat itself. Yeah, specifically in Singapore. Yeah.
Right. But Malays have a lot of superstitions about the sea. Like, don't go playing by the beach at night. Don't get into the water at night and swim because there are a lot of spirits in the sea, especially at night.
Yeah.
My father used to work on the big boat where he sails off. So he did say that he has a lot of experiences on the boat itself. Also, there was a fishing story of my father's friend who said that while he was fishing and then he put his fishes aside and then suddenly his fishes goes missing.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then after that he's like, why are my fishes missing? Okay, never mind. He keeps fishing and then the next thing he saw a hand coming over, grabbing the fish and then literally like slow motion. And then he's like, stop touching my fish. And then the thing stopped. Because he's a brave guy. By the way, he's a very brave guy. If it's me, I'll just like, leave.
Yeah, I'll be like, bye-bye. All right.
That's like a reasonable thing to do, so
Yeah, right.
Leave,
Right, leave. I think for me, growing up, because we know that the sea itself is where sometimes people throw things that they don't want. Like the bottle, I think I've spoken about the mysterious bottle with a yellow cloth, don't open up. So those are where they dispose of spirits. So the spirits are everywhere there.
I'm kind of curious also, like, so you've had those experiences in set and you've heard stories about like the sea and everything. Are there any has anything else happened to you even outside of production?
Yes, it actually happened to my whole family actually. Yeah, this is a story actually I never shared online before. Okay, I cannot disclose the place, but people know that I stay in Woodlands. Okay? So back then, this is my parents' first house. It was a BTO. Right? I don't know if they call it BTO or not back then. Yeah. So when they first get the house, they renovated the house lah. Yeah. So that's the first step, right? So after renovation, halfway through, my parents came in the house. Then what they saw was actually, to keep it short, right, there's prayers inside our store. So my parents was like, oh, there's a prayer thing. So never mind, later after this renovation, they will clean out. Then the next week when they come, that thing is not there anymore. But what's there is actually human feces.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So my parents like, hey, what is this? So they call the contractor place. I say, what's happening? Why is it like this? So keep it clean,
Yeah.
So they were very angry about it. So they actually, at the end of the day, they changed contractor. They have a very big fight with the previous contractor. So they actually changed the service. So we start living in there. So everything is, for me everything is fine. But I pity my mom because my dad works, but my mom stay alone to take care of me and my elder brother. Yeah. But the thing about that house is, we believe there's actually, jinn, right? Like, yeah. So we believe it's a whole family kind of jinn. There's a mom, there's a dad, and there's 2 kids. Ooh. Yeah. So it all start off with a simple thing like this thing move, that thing move. So quite okay lah. I mean for me again, I'm a kid lah. Then for my perspective, right, it's like whenever me and my elder brother, we slept on a bunk bed. So whenever we sleep, we will saw drawers like will be pulled out. These are not imagination. I understand I was a young kid back then, but it's not really not imagination. Like you can see the drawer being pulled out, our toy floating. Yeah, and it moved around by its own. To the point, right, every night we clean the house, the next morning, toys are all outside. Then when my father opened up the place, they will always scold us. See, why is it so dirty? Why never clean up? All this kind of thing. And we kept on telling him it's not us. We kept on telling him it's not us. Then he's like, no, he will scold us. Just clean. So we clean. To the point, right, we became friends with these ghosts.
Oh.
Yeah, we begged them, like, can you please clean back up? Like to that point, like legit, because we don't say it happened, like always happening. Yeah, so we are tired of it. We're no longer scared about it. Then we communicate with them. We say, can you please clean back? And guess what? They cleaned it back. Yeah, so it's not bad, right? So at first it wasn't that bad. Then it got a bit more aggressive. Yeah, when my youngest brother is born. Yeah, so when my youngest brother is born, they start to mimic us in a way of like my mom said, right? She will see me going out of the toilet without switching off the switch. Then he say, hey Shafie, go switch off. Then a few seconds later, I will come out. So who was the first person that came out, right? Yeah, to that point. And these ghosts are love to mimic me. So suddenly when my younger brother is sleeping, they will saw like me playing with my younger brother, leg, things like that. Then when my mother say, hey Shafie, what are you doing? Then I will run away. But when my mother chase, I'm outside sleeping. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, again, this experience, a lot of it is happened to my parents, not me. So to the point, like, our cat died, to be honest. Our cat got squeezed, like, like vomit, right? In our kitchen, full of vomit, and it's like a pattern drawing. We don't know what is it. I don't know what is it. But God. Yeah, and to the point that my kitten died, actually. Yeah, my cat died. Two of my cat died, actually. Yeah, because of this. So after mimicking, moving, then they start to showing themselves a bit more. Yeah, and it's not even... It's any time one. It's OT. Even in the morning also have one. Like in the morning, I remember my first time ever encountered it was after the floating. The first thing I saw was a figure of hand, calling me like this in my mother's bedroom. It got worse when we wanted to move out of the house. So after 5 years MOP, my parents want to sell the house, right? So the last 3 nights when we were there, me and Hafiz couldn't sleep. Because every night what we see everything. We saw pocong. Yeah, we saw Cik Kak, this thing behind you, but it's nothing like that. It's way bigger. Yeah, then we see like there's old lady walking around in circle. Yeah, to the point we told our father, then my father said, okay, never mind, we'll lock the door. So my father actually closed our door, our bedroom door, and locked from outside, not even from inside. Yeah, he locked us from outside to make sure we don't get out of the house. Hey, I will explain to you guys later why my parents do this. Yeah. So the thing is, all this while you have to understand my point of view and Hafiz's point of view. My father doesn't make sense. Because every day he will scold us. Like there's no ghost lah, there's no this, there's no that. Keep the toys lah, all this kind of thing. He will always scold us, no. To us, he's a bit like, why, man? Because we know it's not us, right? We don't understand these things. So one day, I think the second last night when we about to move out, I remember that Hafiz, yeah, it was Hafiz. Yeah, correct. So what happened was actually my father locked our door. Then that night about 2 a.m, suddenly Hafiz is knocking on my father's door. So my father opened up the door and prepare one broom already, one to whack already. Then Hafiz was like, hey, yeah. Then my father like, Hafiz. Then Hafiz said, yeah, it's me. So my father went to our door and it's locked. The door is still locked. Yeah, so my father unlocked it from outside just to move Hafiz inside. So the question is until today, we do not know, even my father, no one can answer this question, how Hafiz just literally teleport from inside to outside. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's why after that day, we start sleeping in my father's room, all of us together. Before that, we actually trying to cleanse the place lah. So we met people and they asked us to throw like rice and pepper, something like that around the house, right? So when that happened, but the thing is, my parents did not do it in the toilet, in the master bedroom toilet. So that night when they slept, they actually dream of 2 black figures coming to them, begging them to clear up space from my mother's toilet to one of the room inside lachi. They said, please let go because my son is there. Yeah. Right. And both of them have this dream separately, but when they both woke up, they both have the exact same dream. Yeah, but then in the dream also, my father negotiated. My father said, if we do this, can you please stop haunting us? Yeah, then they said, yeah, they won't. They will leave the house. So they clean up the path and the next day we move out of the house. So everything is done, all good, right? So the funny thing is, after that, there's actually an old man and lady who actually took over our house. 2 years later, they actually met my parents at a wet market, and they scold my parents. They was like, "Why you sell the house? You tell me honestly why you sell the house." Yeah. Then little we know that they actually moved out after 2 years, so they even last 5 years. Yeah. Then they just moved out, and until today, if you guys go to that same HDB, same unit number, the place is empty until this day. I just checked it out like last 2 weeks. Yeah, from outside, everything is still empty. So no one stayed there until today.
So you say that it was a new flat that
Yes.
they built, right?
Yeah.
New one. So your parents were the first owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? Because it's a new flat. If it's a moved-in flat, then maybe we could find out the history.
Maybe the history of the
Fresh.
house.
Maybe the location. I
The
don't know.
location, could be the location, could be someone put it there, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, but I just want to clarify, maybe the pineapple thing was done by your contractor. Your contractor Chinese, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the workers saw something.
Yeah.
Then they go and pray because they're scared. They go and pray. Then I think the feces one, I think a bit hard to explain.
Yeah, that was.
He crapped his pen. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's a bit far out. I don't know. Yeah, or maybe it could be like something that the contractor brought in, like by accident or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then he just stayed there because a new house shouldn't have, but also very hard to say.
Yeah.
Very very hard to say. It could be the feng shui also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst part is when I remember my parents also tried to bring in like Ustad, lead the place. Of course they did that lah. They brought it about 4 Ustad in total, and all of them said no, the house is clean. There's nothing wrong with the house. Nothing wrong with the house.
Wow.
And it just go off.
Wow.
Oh, that means
Always
they,
like that.
they cannot solve it. Lah.
Yes, they cannot solve it. Yeah, only one is quite honest. He said that it's not say his level. No. He said, "Well, this one quite jalat lah." Then he never said that lah, but he said you need another. Like he said, you have to find another person to help you.
Different level.
Yeah.
Different level.
Yeah.
Yes.
The creepiest part, right, is how the brother come out, right?
Yeah.
I have a theory on that. It's even he's gonna freak out. So when the father say good night to both of them, right, lock the door, right, actually the brother outside. So the one that is with you is not your brother. It's something else.
Yeah.
Because they've been acting like, you know, each other, right?
Yeah.
So he just sleep, he just sleep. Then the ghost also sleep. Then the brother outside, then suddenly the brother wake up. Hey, why am I outside alone? Then he goes knock on the front.
That's a good
Yeah.
theory.
The
Or it could be
doppelganger
the other way. Or the both of them were inside. This person just wants to be inside with
it
the
could
boys.
be a fake thing also. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's
Well,
like,
that's creepy.
I want to go inside.
But the experience there is crazy. Even my youngest brother, right, back then he couldn't even talk, but kena idea so. Because we remember playing soccer in the house. Then the soccer ball right go inside one of the room. Yeah, so my youngest brother was about to walk inside the room. Suddenly he stopped. He stopped. Then he looked up. Then he bent down. Suddenly the ball is right in front of him. Then he said, "Thank you, kakak." Then he walked over. Yeah. And this one, my whole family was playing soccer together, all of us, right? Then my mother, my father, come here. And he said, "Oh, got kakak help me take the ball." Now then we're like, "Kakak what color?" Then he said yellow, but he pointed at the tissue. So it's white lah. Then we're like, wow, that one, yeah. So that's the thing, the way that this thing just come and go, right? It's honestly, they don't follow timing one. Like if they want to show themselves, they just show themselves. Yeah, but this is my side of story. But when you hear like those, from my mother's side, right, she got her own story. My father got her own story. So we asked our father, only about a couple of years back, we asked, why did you lock us in our room? Why did you scold us whenever we said there's ghosts? Then he said, do you want to know honestly or not? I said, yeah, why? He said, to be honest, right, I'm very scared. But I'm your father. Yeah, he said, because back then he was only about 35 years old with 2 kids. Yeah, he said, because I'm the man of the house in a way. If I verified, say, yeah, there's a ghost inside this house, all of you guys will freak out, right? Yeah. And the thing is, I got no choice because I have to stay there. I have to go to work. And your mom is alone. And my mom is always calling my dad, ask my dad to go home, please, this thing is happening. So for him, it's quite stressful. But in a way or two, he cannot scare us like that as well. So that's why he keep on, even he said he knows that the toy is not us. He knows, but he said he have to say something that makes sense. You get what I mean? Yeah, because he don't want to scare us. So okay, fair enough, fair play. Yeah.
Oh, it's not easy,
Yeah.
Not easy. Wow,
Imagine having your first house and this happened to you.
Maybe you can make it into a series.
We plan to make a movie out of this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you will make a very good movie because it's like you tell the perspective from the parents because the parents know it's not like they can do anything. They just bobodo lah. It's not like they can just sell the house, right?
Yeah.
You haven't reached the MOP. Wow, man, that sucks.
No, because he mentioned about him trying to find ways to get rid of this spirit out of their house, but it's It's not possible. Because when I moved into my flat, it's a resale flat, by the way, guys. I'm the second owner. We felt things. Especially because the owner left weeks before we moved in. Because, he was migrating. So when I come in, it's a fresh new face. And then the first thing that happened was the light, this light dropped down to the floor. Like it has been there for years. But then it start to, when I came in, the moment I step in, palm. So there were a lot of things happening, but I got rid of it, right? Through spiritual help and all that. Yeah. But this case is interesting. He doesn't want to get out. So this question is for everyone. If you had to pick a creature that was specifically Singaporean, which would it be?
I might kena from this one, but I'm just going to say it. Colonial masters. Because even after they left, we still somehow being haunted by their presence.
See? That's where I can't be just Singaporean.
Right.
Because I think the whole region kena also. Now who's going to kena? I know it's not specifically Singaporean, but just for the sake of argument for the region, Pa Jiao Kui.
Pa Jiao Kui, yeah.
Pa Jiao Kui.
Banana spirit.
Yeah. I feel like in terms of the region of Southeast Asia, it spends most of its time in Singapore. That's my sense.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'll go with Toyol.
Yeah, I was about to say
Because he's
Toyo.
well in Singapore. Like to work,
Or maybe that's how he's coming
From
in the
young
financial
start
point.
working,
From young start
Toyol, I think Toyol will be good.
Yeah, actually good. That's a good point.
I think Toyol will be good.
I wanted to say Toyo, but then usually Toyo is more heard in kampong. But now that you mention it, yeah.
A lot of Singapore ethics, Singapore.
No, if you think about it, right?
answer.
Toyo, if there's a Toyo right now, right, like in the modern times, like, they'll be out of job, bro.
Why?
You need to go for skill upgrading. Because all digital, how to steal? How to steal?
All Toyol,
QR code and
all Toyol's hackers.
Yeah.
That's why I said they need to go
Skills
for skill upgrading. Actually, that's quite true.
Toyo Hackers. Imagine there's a company called Toyo Hackers. Toyo Hackers Private Limited.
But if I were to really pick a spirit, right, I think for me it's sea spirit.
Yeah.
Because it's all around us. Like, as in, like
definitely,
Singapore is surrounded by sea. Right?
Yeah,
so,
that's
and
true.
sea spirit is definitely
That's
one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Time once again to wrap things up. And that means Kyle has another morbid fact of the day for us.
This one you will like. There's a city in Indonesia called Pontianak. Legend has it that the city earned its name because last time it was infested with Pontianaks. And then until like the 1771, when the son of a cleric gathered an entire army of clerics to fight against them and clear the whole city. That's why it's called Pontianak. That's the origin story. So it's quite epic. Somebody should make a movie about it. Like, imagine like this guy
I'm impressed
we need
nobody
to
is.
take back our city. It's infested with like kind of like a zombie film. Then they fight. They go and fight all the.
Sounds like a National Day film.
That would like, I don't know, like that would like, yeah.
Then you imagine all this, cinematic background music. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
We must fight for our land.
If we're gonna make it into a National Day kind of thing, where got Kakpi? I'm quite sure everybody knows which director should take it on, but where got Kakpi?
But even so, even if they have cleared their space, I would not want to stay there.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I want to
The
go
history, I don't want.
Yeah,
Knowing
right.
the history,
Yeah.
why would you want to stay there?
You could miss one or two.
You imagine your cousin asks you, where do you stay? Oh, Pontianak. What?
Actually, I kind of want to go there. Low-key is like one of the places I want to go there. Yeah. I just want to go and see. Then you get the chop there. Pontianak. It's like a passport. Pontianak.
Buy the what? Magnet?
I wonder if they would like capitalize on the name or not. Like the city will capitalize on the name.
Maybe. Imagine
Like the mascot is Kapi. I don't know. Maybe to them it's like, oh, we don't joke about this. But to us it's actually okay, not that bad.
So thank you for joining us, Shafie. And thank you to all of you for tuning in to Tales from Incredible Tales. New episodes drop every week on MeWatch, MeListen, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Shafie.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And my name is Raihan. And we will see you next time.